You too.
It's too early.
Good morning, everyone. It's a absolutely gorgeous morning here at Fjäderlång. Nice cup of coffee here on the back deck and just enjoying the view.
What is this you are bringing unto us?
Onto you. Sound like I'm poisoning or...
Looks good. I have no idea what it is, but it's like a concoction of everything.
It's a Tanya special Spanish-inspired tortilla.
Nice. We have had a beautiful day and a night in Fjäderlång out here. And yeah, like I said, this year we are primarily going around doing small hops in the Stockholm archipelago because we have the new one on board. He's taken to sailing though really well, but we haven't yet done a long enough passage where we've had to get the pea mat out. You know, there's a little grass mat that we've got for him to use, so I think that'll be maybe the next stage for him, but so far he does 6 to 8 hours. 4 or 5 days down the line, we're a little bit out of power again because we've been using the induction and I've been charging things, and you know, she's quite a power hungry boat, and as soon as you have a shady day or a cloudy day, we don't generate enough power to sort of break even. We're dropping down by about 20% each day, more or less, on the battery bank, and like I said, it's a 600 amp hour battery system, which is more than adequate actually. I did have the opportunity to go for another one with an 800 amp hour, but yeah, the expense was just a lot more and I didn't see the point of it. But what would really make a difference on this boat actually is putting an arch up and getting 2 or 3 big panels on the top there, and then we would be pretty sorted on the energy, and getting a davit system as well so that we could get a bigger dinghy with a heavier engine and all that kind of stuff. But I think we're looking at around probably 15,000 euros to make those upgrades, so whether we do it this year or another year, I don't know. On this holiday actually I've noticed that I haven't actually really sat down at all and just laid on the sofas back here or the sides and just read a book and just relaxed. There's always something to do on a boat, always something to fix, something to clean or something to make right, you know. So I would suggest that if you're on a boating holiday like this, just try and make a bit of time for yourself as well, just to wind down and just to sit. At least with me anyway, I just want to get everywhere and do everything, and yeah, sometimes I can wear myself out as well. So this year I think we're just taking it easy sailing wise. Big hands are out there. It's probably a 508. Beautiful boat. We're out of Fjäderlång and on our way south down to Utah, and actually the sails are pretty well trimmed today. I think we're doing 4 knots in 4 knots of wind, so pretty happy with that. Very different topology down here. As you get further south, the hills get taller. There seems to be more trees. It's a different world.
So the rocks here, the rock formation here on Nordholmen looks very different than any other rock formation, and it's actually because of the charcoal? No, chalk. Chalk. Okay, which is actually the same sort of chain of mountain that is on Udøy, where we're going today, and where iron mining has existed for more than 700 years. So it's going to be very interesting to have this as a reference and then see the mining area on Udoy.
Only we were sailing the other way. Love to get the Jenica out today. It's been the first day where the winds have actually been sort of stable and not gusting. Is that an electric boat, we think? Maybe not. Having a really slow downwind sail at the moment. Uto is just over there to our left, and yeah, just going to round the corner, and we've got 3 nautical miles to run up the coast and then into the narrow channel. Ollie is just getting a little nose trim or trim around his eyes so he can see again.
Hey! Hello! You're there!
Hello, Ollie!
Hello.
Ollie dog!
You're
There you are! There you are again! And actually what we've got down here is like what we call a cool mat. So you can even put this in the fridge and it cools some gel inside, and then it's quite cool for the dogs to sit on. Especially in hot days like this. Food has arrived. Put camera down, go and get food. Hello.
Hello.
This is nice what you have bought. Many sushis. Things are getting busy in Uto, that's for sure. People coming in for fuel and trying to dock, and it's a popular place. Anyway, like I said, I'll do a dedicated video at some point on the lithium batteries, but while we've got this situation in hand, right, we've just plugged into shore power, but I don't necessarily want to charge the lithium batteries at like maximum power all the time, because then they're just going to be charged and then they're floating at a high level, which is not necessarily good for the lithium batteries to stay on that high charge all the time. At the moment there's only 180 watts going into the batteries, which will take a long time to charge, but I've limited the charge here. So if I go into settings here and then into DVCC, I've limited the charge to 20 amps, which means that it will take probably just over a day to charge the batteries. And I think it's better for the batteries actually to not charge too fast and not to hammer the charge into them all the time. Just to, you know, trickle them back up again, and yeah, we'll be back up to 100% probably about midday tomorrow or something like that. So just a tip from my side, I think it's better not to stress them too much. Yeah, this looks like a nice pub up here.
No, this is the Udoy Ratthus.
It looks like a pub to me. There's definitely a pub in there.
Well, does that mean that Ollie want to go to the pub? Well,
you want to go to the pub, buddy? I know. Come on then. You can tell where we're going, guys. We're going to the Uto mines. It's going to be fun.
Those rocks that we recognized on the way into Udoy, on the other island, you can see here that the layers is what makes it so recognizable. So this is the layers of the especially here, the iron. The deepest one here is 230 meters. And to get some perspective, you could put the Kaknästornet, which is the telecommunication tower of Stockholm, and put at the bottom, and you would still have 60 meters of water on top of it. The element lithium was actually discovered here in 1817. So lithium batteries, in some way, shape or form, started here.
In 1719, the Russians destroyed the entire island. So these were the old miners' houses. And there'd be 4 families in each of these houses, and you can see that people have grown significantly taller nowadays. I'd probably be okay walking through there, but anyone over 6 foot would not get along with that house, that's for sure. And the miners' salaries were very, very low, and they were paid sort of in a debt. So paid later on, so no one had enough money to actually leave the mines. And also some of the wage was paid in hard liquor. So you can imagine that, you know, life was just around drinking, I guess, and just getting on with the work. I mean, sounds pretty depressing, right? But these boats are getting bigger and bigger these days. That's got to be a 60. Something tells me this is not going to work with you. Today we're going on a little adventure down to Fjäderlång again, the restaurant we visited last year as well. But with Ollie, I have doubts whether it's going to work in the back of that wagon thing. You know, they have a dog thing as well, but it's already gone out. So we're trying to use a children's thing, and we may have to abandon this plan. We'll see how it goes. And so things didn't exactly turn out the way we expected, as I expected. Ollie really didn't like it in the trailer on the back of the bike, so we're just going to walk there, I think, and then they're going to take a taxi back, and I'm going to take the scoots back. It's a pretty good walk though, it's like 11 kilometers across the island, so I'm just going to enjoy it, and then definitely going to enjoy a nice cold beer when we get there, that's for sure. Check this out, guys. Some old Swedish tanks. And looks like an APC over there as well. It's cool. So it was quite a long walk down to the south part of the island to Fjäderlång, the restaurant, but let me tell you, it's definitely worth it.
We just ordered our very well-deserved lunch after 11 kilometers power. It's amazing.
I want to hear it in your head when you were driving. And you go, what were you thinking? Were you like, I know.
And on the way back, I had a lot of fun on the electric scoots while the girls got a taxi back. What a hexapus, and then a pentapus, and then a quadpus.
Well, we started this evening.
Look, he's so proud of himself. Yes, yes, I'm so happy I killed the puss. It's the next day. Showered, shaved, ready to go again for the next anchorage. But we've had some big drama in here this morning, you know. Powerboat came in and hit Aurora on the starboard stern side. And it's because the wind is so... the wind is coming like this. And a powerboat tried to come in with too much speed and hit the push pit. On the bar there's a little bit of a dent. Today we're just making a short little hop north to Orna in the bay there. There's 2 different bays there, and we just want to do a tiny hop today to find some protection from this southerly wind that's coming in at the moment. It's quite a strong southerly wind. And also, and this is going to be interesting actually, we had a boat come along and move the anchor sort of upwind for us, so it makes it easier for us to get out. But now our anchor goes this way, and it is wrapped around this Bavaria's anchor over there, so we really got to do something about that when we get out. Hopefully they're going to give us a hand when we get out there, and they can lift the anchor up, untangle it, and then I can wind it in. So a bit of drama this morning for sure. Wish I could have filmed it, to be honest, but when the shit happens, you're not running for a camera really. Usually you're trying to fix what's happening. So yeah, missed it, but there we go. A lot of powerboaters, I think they struggle in these winds, and I can understand it because the boat slips sideways. You haven't got a keel on them, but at the same time, I think it could have been done a little bit better for sure, but still we move on. No major damage done, so we're good. The guy on the Bavaria isn't there, so they said we can't move the anchors because the guy isn't there to tighten the anchor when they release both the anchors and untangle them. So I understand, but we're stuck here and we're in a reserved place at the moment, so we need to get out of here. Getting the boat out of the berth went without any drama actually. It was fairly easy to do, but what I needed to do is hold the boat in position while they sorted the anchor out and untangled all the mess that had been created. The easiest way to do this is to hold the stern into the wind, and you can just make minor adjustments with the bow thruster and just hold the boat there. It's a very effective technique. The anchor mess turned out to be a little more than expected actually, and there was 3 anchors all bound together, so it took the guys quite a long time to untangle them, but they got it done in the end. This is quite a common problem in Ute actually, with the anchor lines twisting together, and it surprises me that they don't run preset lines, similar to Sandholm and in a lot of places in the Mediterranean, where they're just picked up and you don't get any of this tangling problem. So on to the next thing, and this is my biggest mess up of the day actually, because once they'd got the anchor retrieved for me, I needed to wind it back in, and I thought the easiest way was for them to drop it in the water and then I could just reel it back in. But I picked up another anchor line and this caused us some issues. Now you can see the anchor line that I picked up just behind Tanya there, so we needed to get the boat hook around that anchor line and pick it up over the anchor. Of course the issue was that once you pick this anchor up with the boat hook, with the line, you can't get the line off the hook itself, and it becomes a real problem to try and sort it out with one pair of hands. Now you can see this problem is escalating very quickly. I can no longer point the stern into the wind, so the boat is drifting sideways into the boat on the port side. The pressure's on to sort this problem out quickly before I'm pinned against those boats.
This hook off the rope. They need to do it like now, because I can't.
Let's go.
Can you take that off? Take the line off. I think you'll have to reset that anchor.
So that was another lesson learnt actually. When they got the anchor up the first time, I should have just taken it out on the bathing platform, dropped it back in the water where I knew that there was no chains, no lines that it could get wrapped around, and then wound it in from there. But you live and you learn, I guess. As always, I hope you learned something from this video. Thanks very much for watching and supporting the channel. We'll see you next time.